Hey guys, Anshul here, back after a long time, and I do hope that you're having a fantastic day or night. In case you're one of my subscribers and wondering how my PC is performing, it's been doing great. But today I've got something even more interesting than that. It's the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. I actually pre-ordered the 64GB base model with the updated coral blue color, which I really liked in all of its videos and images. And since I pre-ordered this phone via Paytm Mall, I ended up getting a cashback of Rs 6,000. This effectively made the pricing of this particular phone at 59,000 rupees, which is 1,000 rupees more than what I got the S7 for about 2 years ago. Starting with the box, we've got the usual dark grey Samsung box with a blue print on the front denoting the model of the phone that you just bought. You also have the storage capacity noted on the bottom left with the full name of the phone on the top left. At the top of the box you have all the relevant manufacturing and pricing information. On the back you have all the headline specs and features of the phone listed. You can pause the screen here if you want to give this a good read. After removing the sleeve, we also see the usual Indian SIM card only sticker here. Basically, you need to use the Indian model of a Galaxy phone with an Indian SIM for more than 5 minutes of talk time before being able to use the phone in other countries. So all the business and traveling peeps watching should ensure to do that before they actually go abroad with their brand new Galaxy phone. So opening the box, first we encounter a cardboard box that contains the SIM tray injection tool, documentation in English and Hindi, and oh that's neat, we also have a clear case for the phone. This one is a flexible clear case and can act as a decent source of protection for your expensive phone until you can buy some better cases from the likes of Samsung and Spigen. I also like the SIM tray tool as you can carry it around in a keychain, ensuring that you don't lose it as easily. Next up we have the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus looking super sharp in the coral blue color. We'll remove all the plastic and the back label and keep the phone to the side for now. After the phone, we see the quick charge adapter. This adapter can be used for 20 watts fast wired charging or can be plugged into a compatible inductive charging pad for 15 watts fast wireless charging. There's also a Type-C to Type-A USB converter which can be used to connect pen drives or your old phone to transfer data via Samsung Smart Switch. We also get the USB Type-C cable in the same black color. And last but not the least, we have the wired headset tuned by AKG along with the ear tips for different ear sizes. I think after the B&O earbuds that you get in the box with an LG V30, these are the best in-box earphones out there. I also have another unboxing to do of my new Samsung Level U Flex Bluetooth headset. Opening the box up, we see the headset, ear tips and a micro USB cable to recharge the headphones. These guys are splash and sweat resistant, have about 10 hours of battery life for continuous music playback, and also have an active key to launch your favorite assistant or the speech recorder or any app that you might want to launch on your phone. Now coming back to the Galaxy S9 Plus, this phone is one gorgeous piece of technology. On the front we have the latest generation 6.2-inch Super AMOLED display which gets brighter and dimmer than any other smartphone out there depending on the lighting situation. Displaymate has yet again declared the display on the Galaxy S9 as the best display on any smartphone. I'll link their assessment in the description below and will talk more about the screen of this phone in more detail during my coverage of this phone. Another thing I'm honestly surprised by are the dimensions of this thing. Here it is side by side with the Xiaomi Mi A1. The reason it's here is because the Mi A1 has pretty much the same dimensions as an iPhone 8 Plus. The S9 Plus is able to squeeze an 18% larger screen area and similar dimensions. Comparing the dimensions with the Fruit Phone X, we see both the S9 and S9 Plus have higher screen to body ratios than the Fruit Phone. This just showcases the more reasonable approach of Samsung of trimming the bezels as much as they could without disturbing functionality and the visual balance of the phone's design. And after setting up my phone with Samsung's Smart Switch, it's time for some quick first impressions. So the fingerprint sensor learns your fingerprint super quickly and unlocks very fast, and it's right there with the fastest fingerprint sensors out there. I also set up iris scanning in case I needed to unlock my phone without lifting it. And yes, it works with Samsung Pay as well. The audio quality from the stereo speakers is awesome, and enabling Dolby Atmos gets the loudness to another level. This has been a great addition to the Galaxy S lineup.
Information about these phones, I did do a full write-up at AndroidAuthority.com, but in this video I'm just going to share some of my main thoughts. The iPhone X has some really obvious omissions, including no more home button. That iconic home button's not even there anymore. Now you have a full screen on the front, which in and of itself is pretty nice, but it's occluded with that notch at the top. Now, the reason why the notch is so interesting is because in Android we're going to start seeing it more often. So I kept wanting to use the iPhone X to see if I would get past the notch, and yes, I got used to it after a while, but there's some instances, especially with video games, full screen apps, and YouTube videos in particular, where that notch actually occluded a small part of the left side of the video when viewing in landscape. But without that home button...
And here's a 4K 30 FPS footage from the phone. In the meantime, here's a super slow-mo clip. Now I know that it's in portrait orientation and for good reason. I wanted to set this as my lock screen wallpaper. Of course, for best results, it's ideal to go out in bright natural light and being creative about the kind of moments you want to slow down. I'd advise going to Samsung's channel and checking out some tips by the slow-mo guys. Now I love taking pics, whether it's on the phone or on a dedicated camera. That's why I love the ability of my S7 to quickly launch the camera from anywhere in the phone. Well, as it turns out, this feature is disabled on the Indian variants of the S8 Note 8 and the S9. So while I cannot launch the camera from just about anywhere, I can still quick launch it on the lock screen by double tapping the home button. While that helps a lot, I'd seriously advise Samsung to let people customize the single tap action of the Bixby button so that Indian customers could regain that lost functionality. So as you can see, the first impressions of this phone weren't something I had expected. I was pleasantly surprised by Bixby voice, mildly irritated by not having the double tap power button gesture, and simply gobsmacked by the design and build of this thing coming from an S7 Edge. And yes, while I continue to use my new phone, I'll also keep uploading more content that dives into various details about the Galaxy S9 Plus. So stay tuned for that, and as always, thank you for watching.